Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to kind of do some basic animations with a vector landscape that I created. It's super simple, okay? But I do want you to open it in Illustrator first because I mostly organized it, but I did leave one area that you should probably organize yourself. So if you go through over here on the layers, again, if you can't see your layers, hit Window, Layers. Okay, so you want to go through and you can kind of see how this is built. Okay, I got trees on one layer. Look, I even labeled it for you. So nice. Okay, moon. Okay, obviously that's kind of weird up in the front, but we'll talk about what to do with that when we hop over to After Effects, but I do want that moon. Okay, got a sun here. Got some clouds behind. Okay, there's nothing in here, and then I have clouds front. It looks like all of my clouds are in front right now. So this is where I want you to do a little bit of work. Clouds front. I'm going to take this whole layer, and I want to move this above the sun. Okay, because these are the clouds that are going to pass in front of my sun. Okay, but if I click this whole thing, when I'm doing an animation, it might be, I don't know, some of the clouds you might want to go behind your sun. Okay, so that's why I have a layer for clouds in front and clouds behind. Okay, so let's move some of these clouds, maybe some of these little ones, or you could duplicate them. But let's get some copy. Maybe we'll just paste some into the back. So we can have some clouds in front and then some clouds behind. Oopsies. So now I'm clicking this layer, and if I paste it, it should go onto this, whoopsie, onto this layer. So now, oh, it doesn't seem to do that. Where is this one? Okay, it looks like they're all in front. So this one right here, I'm going to drag this in my layer stack. Now, I don't have a lot of space in my layer stack, so I'm going to close some of these other tabs. Close, get out of here. I just want to close this thing. Or you know what? I'm going to take my layers over here. And I can make it really big, and I can see everything. There we go. All right, so this one, I'm going to drag this into the clouds behind. Okay, so now it's here in the clouds behind. Okay, so put a few of your clouds in the clouds behind so that way some of them can pass behind. I'm going to choose just maybe like my little clouds. And I'm just, again, eyeballing on and off. Okay, like that one's little. Maybe I'll make this one go in my clouds behind group. So I have some clouds that go behind my thing. Okay? Maybe I'll duplicate this. Maybe I'll duplicate one of these also. Where's this little one? Where's this little guy? There he is. If you click on the layer, you can see it's this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this, copy it. Maybe I'll paste that behind in the clouds behind. All right, so now I've got some clouds behind and some clouds. So you can see that this is behind. Okay? So I have clouds above and below the sun. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and save this again. Save. Okay, and then I can go ahead and again, I'll just finish checking. It looks like right now I have sun. Okay, clouds behind, clouds in front. Okay, I'm going to close this caret, and then I got some rolling hills. That's all on one layer, and the sky background. Great. So it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers that I can animate. File, save. All right, now I'm going to close this. Okay, and again, all you guys had to do was just move a few clouds to the behind or duplicate them, whatever. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and hop on over to After Effects. So it'll be After Effects, open. Just continue, reset preferences maybe. There we go. Okay, but I just wanted you to see that there's like layers and sub-layers. So I have like a lot of objects, right? But they're in different sub-layers. Okay, and if you, by the way, if you don't know how to make a new layer, it's the little plus icon when you're in, Illustrator. All right, so I have a new project. File, new project. I'm going to call this File, new project. Okay. Oh, sorry, I have to say save as. Save as. Okay, I'm going to save this right away. And this is my demo classwork. Number 7. Vector. Landscape animation. Okay. All right, now I'm going to import that file. File, import, file. And I'm going to find that file that you guys downloaded. My simple landscape. Okay, and then how am I going to import this? I'm going to import this as a composition, retain layer sizes, create composition, import. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and you can see that here in my folder, I've got all my areas from my thing. And I can also right here hop into this composition. If I double click that, you can see that it's opened, okay? I'm going to go through again. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and really quick just color code my layers to make it a little bit easier. So my sky background, I'm just going to make that a blue. Okay, and I actually don't need my background to move around a lot, so I'm going to lock that. Oopsie, I'm going to hit the lock. Okay, then let's see here. I have my rolling hills. I'm going to make those green because that's easy for me to remember those are green. Okay, the clouds. Maybe I'll leave both of those purple layers. And my sun, I'm going to make that yellow. So I'm just kind of choosing colors that are similar to the objects. The trees. Maybe the moon, I'll make that, I don't know, blue. And the trees, I'll do a dark green. Great. All right, so when I zoom out here, first of all, I do not need the moon right now, okay? That's kind of weird to have the moon and the sun. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn my moon off. I don't need that right now. Okay, and let's start thinking about how we can animate this. Okay, so I've got my sun here. All right, all this moves together, right? I don't have to worry about grouping because that was just all one layer. So these are my individual layers. So I'm going to maybe make this sun up here. And uh-oh, it's not behind my hills. That's okay. I'm going to take my sun and I'm going to move it down in my stack. So now it's behind the hills. All right, and now I can animate maybe my sun moving up. Okay, I can decide, maybe I want to actually make this sun a little bit bigger. I'm going to go to the corner and I'm going to hold shift. All right, so maybe I want my sun to be nice and big. So let's go ahead and animate this. I'm zooming out, sorry. And here's my sun. Click on the sun layer. And I want this to maybe start down here and then it's going to end up here. Do I want it like all the way in the sky? Maybe I want it all the way in the sky and I don't know, do I want it smaller? Maybe I'll just have it go to here. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself, actually, let's see, maybe in 2 seconds, change my mind. I actually do want it to be smaller. So I'm going to hold shift. Whoopsies. Go to my sun layer. Go to the corner, then hold shift. All right, so at 2 seconds, I think I want my sun to be here. So I'm going to go ahead and do my position. I'm going to open the little caret to transform it. I'm going to click the position. Okay, that's going to give me a keyframe at 2 seconds. That's where my sun's going to be. Okay, where do I want my sun to start? I'm going to go back in the playhead. I'm going backwards, and maybe I want it to actually be bigger and coming from down below. So again, I'm clicking on my sun. I'm going to the corner, holding shift. I want it to be a little bit bigger, and I want to have it start from down here. Okay, and let's see what that plays. There we go. My sun is rising up. And why didn't it change my size? Well, I forgot to put a scale. Okay, so I not only changed the position, but I also did the scale. So I'm going to hit undo, undo. I'm going to go back to this first keyframe I made, and I'm going to click the position and the scale. All right, now I'm going to go back to 1 second, and now I'm going to move the sun down, moving that down, and I'm going to scale it. Okay, so maybe let's see what this looks like now. There we go. Okay, so my sun is rising. All right, and now let me try animating my clouds. I've got some clouds here. Let's see what we've got. So I can go on my clouds layer, clouds front. Maybe I want these ones to just like drift from side to side. So maybe my whole animation is going to be like 4 seconds. So maybe I want them over here at 4 seconds. or maybe they're just going to really slowly drift. So again, I'm going to do a position, and then I'll go back in the beginning of my playhead, and maybe they're going to be over here. All right, and we can see what that looks like. You can see my clouds are drifting that direction. Okay, and then maybe my other set of clouds, I want to have them drift the other direction. All right, so now I'm gonna go to my clouds behind this layer right here, and same thing, maybe I want them to have my position. I'm gonna put a keyframe on here, and then I will move them so they're maybe drifting from this other side. All right, and so you can see, got some different things moving here. Oh, my clouds behind, when I moved my sun behind my clouds, my clouds behind are now no longer behind, so I'm going to pick this up and drag it behind my sun. And let's see again. There you can see now I've got some clouds behind my sun and some in front. Okay? All right, and then in the next video, I'm going to pause from here, and then I'll show you how to maybe use the bender or the bend it to make these trees move a little bit.